Hey everybody, this is Bic Benedict, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, Chapter 17, Poison Blood. This is the final chapter. So I have the white costume on here, and it's a long-standing tradition of mine to clad myself in white because we're trying to purge darkness from the world, aren't we? So let's equip ourselves in something white to counteract all the blackness in the world. Anyway, so this is it, guys. If we can clear this chapter, we can get our trophy, mastered the path of the Master Ninja. So in this room, you want to ideally equip the Enma's Fang and just do some long-range damage to these guys. Make sure you're getting all your UTs, because normally when I come to this stage on on the main story mode on Master Ninja, I would have, tens of thousands of dollars plus items beyond count, and Marimasa's Osamubi, the rice cakes. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. I probably did, but as you know, if you're playing Chapter Challenge, they start you off with traditionally they start you off with just one of each healing item, no Devil's Way mushrooms. And normally they'll give you all but one of your key flames. So the health bar is at the most that they'll possibly allow us to have, and we have 5 key flame slots. So just make sure you're collecting all the items. You're not absorbing essence unless it's necessary. I will be doing that in the next fight because it's pretty tough and there's no save point to fall back on. But primarily in this room, there's really if you're trying to get as much money as you can to buy a lot of healing items and such, you really need to collect all the essence rather than absorbing it to expedite a quicker charge. And this weapon is I can't think of a better weapon than this weapon to use on these guys. But there's two shops in this stage, and they're placed well. So the first one is over here, and you could backtrack. I don't have enough money to. Well, I think I had enough money to buy maybe one thing over there, but I just wanted to mention that after this fight, you can access that shop, and even when you go to the save point, you can backtrack and go to the shop. There's also a shop before the final boss fight. So unlike chapters 15 and 16, where they put the shops at the very beginning of the level, at least they do it here, not at the very beginning, but they placed it early on in this chapter. But at least they give us one later on down the road. So what we have here are these mutated these fiend creatures here. They're reskinned versions of the red dragon ninjas, the melee ninjas, and the mages. Like in the very first chapter, we see these guys and they're normal guys, but these are the fiend versions of them. They're nothing different. They're the same exact enemy type. They're just reskinned differently. So it's very important when the mages are gone, you want to get the melee ninjas out of the way, and then just as we've been doing time and time again, make sure you're dismembering or you're sundering the limbs of. You see, there's a guy right there. You don't want to just kill that guy. You want to delimb him so he's walking around at a snail's pace. And I think there's actually one more guy after him. So let's see what happens. So now that we have 2 crawlers right here. So I apologize. I think this is the part that took a while for the guy to come over to me. Or no, it wasn't one of these guys. It was somewhere along the lines, but I apologize for that. But it's really important to get these second level charges here. And I guess for the last time, I'll tell you how to delim enemies. That's actually a really good technique. See that right there that I did? Just to make sure that guy doesn't hit me, just throw a bunch of shurikens at him, and then when he's stunned, then hit him a couple times to delim him, instead of like trying to anticipate when he's going to do his unblockable attack and trying to stun him with a shuriken at that point. But this is really the way to play. The way I'm playing now, this is the smartest way to play here. It may not be the most flamboyant and impressive way to play, but it gets the job done, and that's really all I'm looking for here. I'm not trying to show off. I'm trying to help people. It does boost my own gaming ego. There's no doubt about that. But I always like to have my successes on record for posterity. Anyway, so this guy may be the last guy here, so we're going to take this guy out right now in grand fashion. Then once this guy is slain, remember you could hit the shop anytime you want to, but for now I'm just going to go up to the save point. It's right over here. It's going to give us our health all the way back up. Alright, so for the next part of this area, in this room right here, we have 6 blood eels, and I'm going to completely exploit and manipulate this area. I'm showing you 2 ways to do this. There are, like I said, 6 of these guys. They give you, they'll give you health drops or Nimpo drops, which you don't really want, or they'll give you monetary drops, which will give you, it'll give you $100 or $150. Now, there's another really good way of doing this, and before I say anything else, you can respawn these guys indefinitely, and potentially, buy as many things as you want from the store, maybe even a Talisman of Rebirth. But to respawn these guys, what you do is, what you don't do is you don't go to the mid-level boss fight. You don't go over to Genshin and Elizabeth. You just, you go back to the save point after you kill all the guys. You press select, you quit your game after saving it, of course, and then you restart the section. You'll have all your money back, and then every time you run back into this room, you'll have all your money, and these guys will respawn every time. Now, this is the second way I'm doing it here, where I went back into the room, right? The guys respawned, and now I'm using the scythe. The best thing to do here is hit each eel with 2 shotgun shells, shotgun blast to loosen these guys up and make it take less time to kill these guys, because ideally your hits are not going to connect with these guys unless what you do is, and what I'm doing is, you wait until these guys jump out of the water to release the scythe's doubled up UT charge, and then you will connect with the guys. But you do to make this process go faster, you do have to soften them up, so to speak, with the shotgun. Hit them a couple times. Now the really nice thing about this is that instead of getting $100 and $150 for shooting them with a shotgun, even though this admittedly takes longer, you're going to get 10 times as much per kill. So each time you get a kill here, you're going to get 1,000 or 1,050, and you could potentially get buy whatever you want, even all your healing items intact. And I know this is a bit of a cheap tactic and it's exploitative in nature, but I just wanted to put this out there, not only to give myself a fighting chance on this level, but just to let other people know what's going on here, because knowledge is power. The only caveat I would say is that what you don't want to do is, and I kind of did it right there, is you don't want to put your foot over the little ledge right there where we're standing on, or otherwise you can get eaten by the fish and die. You're also going to lose out on the $40,000 time bonus, but we're going to get so much essence on this stage that it's going to override that, and you're not going to not get the Master Ninja ranking. But anyway, that's a really good tip, strategy right there. Now we're going to be fighting the 2 bosses. Alright, so here we are on the doubleheader here. This is probably the hardest thing you'll do in this game, but I'm going to show you how to be a king in this situation via some really cheap tactics, but there's no real way to be cheap on this guy. I'm using the same weapon he has. It's pretty much the base. You can't Azuna drop this guy. It won't let you. The other 3 times you can. It's pretty much like I was saying a moment ago. It's the same tactics. He does a long chain of combos that you can't block. You need to evade. And he also does a dash at you that you should be very familiar with. And then you want to dash away, then dash towards him, and then do. All I'm doing is triangle hits, by the way. He also does some jump attacks where he'll cast flame on the ground, and you just need to dodge out of the way. It's pretty basic. So let's see what he's doing. He also he slams his arm into the ground and casts that flame too. So that's the extent of his melee attacks. He also does a very punishing grab that will kill you if you get hit by it. So what I actually did over here was I grinded for money until I had I bought a Talisman of Rebirth, and then I grinded for money until I got $3,900, which would allow me to rebuy all of the healing items that I knew I would have to waste in this fight, because I use all 6 healing items here. I can't do it without using, it's fucking hard here. I really don't know how they expect the player to do this fight and the next fight. Don't use every single healing item here. Hopefully you grinded for money a lot in the previous section. It actually doesn't take that long with the $1,000 per kill for those blood eels, but at the end of this fight, you are going to see me swap over to the scythe because I'm going to show you a really good trick to beat Elizabeth without hopefully not even using any healing items, or probably not even getting hit at all. We're going to be hiding. We're going to be exploiting the dead body of this guy that we kill. You have to use a scythe that works. I think it's the only weapon that works. But at the end of this battle, I thought that if I killed this guy with the scythe and then went into the next fight, I wouldn't have to keep switching the scythe if I kept dying a lot. But they auto switch you to the dual blades. But this bitch here, she gets old quick. So right here, I'm trying to find the body. I know it's over in that corner. I just got a little sidetracked. All you really need to do is just walk over to the body, equip the scythe, and then just do your level 2 charge with the scythe, which is going to be at level 3 for you since we're playing on Chapter Challenge and they max out all the weapons. What happens is, if she's flying towards you, just jump to the other side of the body. And normally, what this foe does is she walks towards you, and she unavoidably gets trapped on the other side of Genshin here. And even when she's doing her tail attack that guts you, it goes right through you. So occasionally you will have to, if she moves over to the left or right, you'll have to kind of compensate for that by going to the opposite side of the whatever she does. If she goes to the left, go to the right. Don't really jump, just kind of walk over. She's really slow. And just keep doing this attack. You can stand on this vertice right here and do your attacks, and does a ton of damage. So she got out of the she moved right there, so I had to go to the other side of Genshin here. But this is just like the best possible scenario you could possibly do on this fight, because I had no healing items. You know, what am I supposed to do? I did have a Talisman of Rebirth, but I'm not going to use it on this fight. What the fuck is this game? It's like, God, this game's crazy hard, man. But the reason I saved up 3,900 is because I knew I would have to use all 6 of my healing items. So I'm going to rebuy those in the next shop, or the second of the 2 shops. But here she goes down right here. It's really good riddance to that bitch, because I hate her so much. Anyway, we're going to jump through this portal, and then we're going to do a fun fight. Okay, so when I say fun battle, I meant it was fun in theory, but it had to happen. And what I mean by that is that I restarted my computer because it was on too long. I left my uploads going way too long, and then when the last upload finished, I restarted my computer, started playing, hit the record button, but I hadn't opened Fraps yet. So before you call me a fraud and full of trickery and everything, just know that this is I had to recycle a little bit of footage, just this battle here. If you consult my Master Ninja Guide, story mode, this is the actual battle, because this right here was the footage that never saw the light of day, because it was my fault. I just forgot to open Fraps here, but my bad about that if you wanted to see fresh footage. But it's pretty fresh. What do you think? Anyway, do the true Dragon Gleam here. I like this fight. It is pretty damn tough, though. I really got to say, it's pretty tough. I'm not sure if it was just me trying to, really wanting the victory, or it's mainly the mages. Once you just get those 3 mages out of the way, then you could pretty much work your charm as best as a ninja can. But okay, so we're almost clearing this section here, and Dagra Dai is going to be the first of... It's a boss gauntlet. We have Dagra Dai, and then the immature form of the Archfiend, and then the true form of the Archfiend. And none of them are particularly hard, honestly. It's going to take some practice, admittedly, but I'm going to be showing you the best ways to do everything. So hopefully you have every healing item. Hopefully you have all of your Devil's Way mushrooms. Hopefully you have a Talisman of Rebirth. And if you don't, just go ahead and grind for money. It doesn't take that long. Plus, they give you the means to do it. This game is really cheap in a lot of regards, but just some things are just like this. This is a prime example of something cheap, because every time you die here, you have to fucking start right where you slew Elizabeth, and then you have to change your loadout every time, because I had the scythe every time. So every time I died, I would have to change to what I wanted there, the dual blades, and grab the heart piece, and then go through the portal here. So make your last purchases, and then we're going to be facing Dagra Dai. What you want to have is the bow and arrow equipped, preferably, and the Endless Fang here. I tested using the scythe, but it didn't work very well. I think it deals them a little bit more damage, but I think you have a little. You're more safe. You're safer when you're using this weapon coming off UTs. That's just my experience. But this guy's got lackeys. Even the boss, one of the final bosses, has to have fucking helpers to help him out, because he can't do it himself. But I've done this guy no damage before. Seriously. I didn't do it here. I actually think I got it pretty close, and then he hit me. But all we're doing here is when he's in the air, you need to hit him about 3 times with the bow, and we're just doing. It's really unfortunate though, because the camera's fixed. You could sit into the camera and make your viewing a little bit better, but when he's shooting the ground up with these purple lasers, you just got to dash really quickly. Just very rapidly press the R1 button and then the X button to do that dash jump. Try not to get into any corners, or you will get messed up. It's not easy to dodge those attacks, but once they're over, do an on landing charge and just charge up. If he's far away from you at the time, you can get in a real good red UT, because he takes a long time to teleport over to you. And if you're in a situation like I was right there, where you simply can't see him, then release on the blue charge. When he loses his balance right there, prime opportunity to do a UT. But when he does lose his balance, wait until he teleports over to you once, and then that will give you a better means to. Because when he's teleporting over to you, you want to get him like right next to you, so that all your swinging attacks with this weapon will connect with him, like right now, plus that ground blast right there. So don't worry about using the info. Just get these fucking lackeys out of the way. One of the magics won't work. You got to use 2, unfortunately. Sometimes 2 won't even do it. But pretty much that's all the attacks you could. This is a really easy boss, seriously. So we're just dodging right now. We're waiting for the lasers to end. We're doing on landing charges. I couldn't see where he was right there, but I think I still got a red UT. More lack hits. I think he summoned 3 sets of 3, and then there was one at the end. I don't know, maybe it was an error or a glitch or something else, but. So just get the lackeys out of the way. Here he's losing his balance again. So you see, I'm gonna let him teleport over to me, and then let all these hits connect with him, and then do that ground blast. So he's almost dead, and then just keep dash evading. Like I said, by pressing the L1 plus the X button to do it real quick. So this dude's almost dead. There, he's losing his balance, and I knew right there that I could win. This is a matter of just waiting it out and then doing that UT right there. So that guy's dead. Equip the flails right here. There's normally there's money or fish in here, and if you let the fish kill you, guess what? You have to do Dagra Dai all over again. It's really bullshit. And the reason I know that is because it happened to me once. I just assumed they would give you a checkpoint, but now we're facing the immature form of the Arch Fiend. And you want to use the bow and arrow. It's a lot faster. What's going on here is the thing, it normally, like most of the time, it'll auto-target his head. And that's all well and good. But you see the glowing orb in his chest. That deals the most damage. But like I said, you have to fight the controls to go down and aim. Like right there, it auto-targeted the globe. But that was atypical. Now, these laser blasts that he shoots, they get a little bit more aggressive, but like for the first like 3 stages, it's pretty basic. He will start shooting beams out of the actual orb, and it gets trickier, but we can immune ourselves from getting damaged by dropping Nimpo. And every time he goes up, although I don't think he ever hit me, always block, always keep your guard up there, because he could do a real cheap attack. And I think he even did one really cheap ass attack up here, because when you come into the arena, he could swipe you with his tail. But this is more of a tedious process than it is hard. It is nice to have the rebirth talisman. So I think there's 4 or 5 stages to this whole battle, and the quicker you kill him, the fewer stages you're gonna have to do. Again, the quickest way to kill this guy is to hit the orb, but I just kind of do it the safe approach here. I think is this where he hit me? Almost right over here somewhere. I know about his cheap tactics. I knew he could probably hit me, but I just I assumed that he wouldn't be a jackass, and then of course he was one. Let's see, it happened right there. Son of a bitch. When the orb's not glowing, you obviously can't hit it. So now we can hit it. Now when those red projectiles come in after you hit the orb, you want to dash away and then dash again like twice, and then hit the orb. I must say that when he's shooting the projectile out of his head, it's really generous. I mean, the game is like you'll be dashing one side, and then it'll go like the opposite way, just out of a courtesy. It's really nice. But as I said, they get a little bit more aggressive as things go on, and he loses more health. But like these right there, you should not be getting hit by those. Those are just way too easy to avoid. So anyway, here I'm putting my guard up just in case he's going to hit me with his tail. And I actually wanted him to hit me with his tail just to demonstrate it, because I don't believe it even damages you. It just breaks your guard. And even if it did damage you, it would just be a little sliver anyway, so it doesn't even matter. There's 2 chests as you're climbing up this this kind of alien headquarters in this really weird place down here. So here is the second healing item. It's the larger of the 2. It's the grains of spiritual life. So definitely grab that. It's nice to use one of those if you have 3 during the battle, and then grab that to have a maximum number. The true form of the Archfiend is really easy. You won't need a Talisman of Rebirth. You may just need like 1 or 2 healing items. You really don't even need magic, really, but it helps a little bit. But if you could just bring a few healing items into the final boss, like that right there, that's a little tricky. But what I was saying, if you could just bring like maybe 2, maybe 1 at the least, I could probably do it with 1. So on these, you really got to like jump over it, or get to the hell to the left of it or to the right of it. See, it's auto-targeting his head now. It's telling me I need to shoot the orb in the middle, but I'm trying to fight the camera the whole time. Or excuse me, not the camera, but because since it auto-targets his head, you got to really fight the controls to move it down to the orb. I was looking in my manual for this book, and it said you could switch targets by holding the L2 button and then tapping the R3 button, but it doesn't work here, and I don't think it even works in general. I think it's for some other kind of situation, but we're going on to the next phase. We're going to be jumping up here, keeping my guard up again once more. It's just a real stressful fight because there's no checkpoints, and everything's riding on your success up here. So, I mean, if you get to the final phase and he kills you, you got to start it all over. So it's just a real pain in the ass, and you got to climb all these, you got to do all these flying bird flips. Anyway, so I think this is like the second to last phase up here. But bear in mind, you can expedite these phases here by killing them faster, so you don't have to do as many phases. Right there, he was shooting projectiles at me. Those aren't really a big issue. See, I jumped over that out of instinct right there, but if you're not comfortable dodging that attack from the laser beam, just drop Nimpo and you won't get hit by it. So So hit his head. Now, when you hit the orb, you're going to get those red projectiles coming at you. So what you do is, like I mentioned a moment ago, you hit the orb, and then what I do is I jump dash in either to the left or the right, and then I know since there's so many of them, then I'll dash once more, and then I'll have another opportunity to hit the globe. So it's pretty basic. I mean, if you practice enough, I mean, you probably will have to, but it's not as hard as it looks by any means. So just drop Nimpo. I haven't used my Talisman of Rebirth, and I thought I could get by without having to use it. Now, when those turquoise projectiles come in, that's when I like to use the Azuna drop combo to just take care of those guys. It's nice that nothing really like kills you outright in this fight. Some things take a lot of damage, like you just saw a moment ago, me getting hit by the laser. And I thought, like I said, I thought I could get away without using the Talisman of Rebirth, but it always comes down to that. You see, I'm just terrible at avoiding that right there, that laser. I didn't have any more Nimpo to immune myself from damage, and it looks like we're going to have one more phase before this guy's going to be turning into the true form of the Archfiend. So keep your guard up again, and now we're going to be doing, yet again, more flying bird flips. And there's no more items anywhere. There were just those two items. One is an herb of spiritual life, and one is a grains of spiritual life. But if you have a maximum number of those two items, then they'll just give you healing items. So it's actually beneficial to not get the health drops, because those give you less health when the final tally comes in. So this dude's almost dead. He's almost dead. Don't worry about it. And then the final form is not really a big deal whatsoever. Plus, it goes a lot quicker. That this is not. I think a lot of people don't like this because it's just kind of tedious and it's just prolonged. And I don't know. A lot of people I talk to just really don't care for this fight. I don't mind it. I think it's pretty epic. So there's this projectile. I dodged that one right, and then I was like, please don't let me die. I knew I had a Talisman of Rebirth. It's just like I wanted to save it possibly, so I could have a little bit more flexibility on the next fight. But of course I died. You just get so stressed out. It's just crazy. And it always comes down to like you just need like one or two more hits and then you die. It just always works out like that. So I think I died right here or in the next shot. But as you can see, this is where he's like the most aggressive with his energy beam. And also, yeah, watch out for the slamming fist. He doesn't do it too often, but he does it enough so that it's an issue. So right there, I perished and needed to use the healing item right there, the Talisman of Rebirth. So definitely have one of those in your inventory by grinding for money at the area where I told you about. So I think one more shot, there he's dead. Okay, so here's the final form of the Archfiend here. Now he's going to slam the ground with his right arm in a series of 2 or 4. His right arm is the grabbing arm, so you want to stay on what is our left side. Now that laser attack right there is a prime opportunity for you to go in and get about 3 or 4 hits. I'm using the dual blades because I wanted to see the animation for executing him. Every time you execute him with a different weapon, it does something different. So yeah, just it's going to take you some practice to get the timing down. It's really not easy if you're versed in dodging, but you're going to be doing a lot of dodging in this attack. He's going to teleport away from you, and for me, he did a lot of this attack where he just walks on the ground. It's not very deadly whatsoever. He also does an electricity attack as well as that flame attack where he throws projectiles. If you have Nimpo and you're not comfortable evading, just drop Nimpo. You won't get hit. So here he's throwing more fire projectiles at me, and he morphed into this huge creature right here. So I'm just hitting it. All I'm using is the triangle button to deal the most damage. Evaded right there to not get hit. And so he just did it an odd number of times here, and I apologize, but that's just how it worked out for me. But mainly we want him to get back to his fist pounding mode, so we could evade those attacks and then go in for some some free shots. So I think he goes in here in a moment. No, he did it again. So this really worked out well for me. But so that electricity attack, I always drop Nimpo because it's difficult to evade it. So here he's going to slam the ground again. Let's see how many times he does it. He does it 4 times. Sometimes he'll spam it and just do it a bunch of times. So go over to his arm and hit his arm a couple times. Get some free shots in. And if you loiter too long by him, he'll grab you. That's why I dropped Nimpo right there. So he's going to do that attack again. I'm going to take advantage of it, hit him more times. Drop Nimpo again because, as you just saw there, he tried to grab me with his left hand. And now he's in an executable state, and all you got to do is press the triangle button, and it'll do this cool execution here. Like I said, it does a different one for every weapon. It's pretty tight. But we just cleared the game, guys. Congratulations. I hope that you followed in my footsteps. There's the trophy right there. Mastered the Path of the Master Ninja. It's a gold trophy. So let's examine this for a moment. I got 62 kills for 100,000. I got a lot of essence, 124,000 essence for 10,000 bonus points. I had 1 Nimpo remaining, so they gave me 2,500. Now, what I wanted to mention about this playtime is obviously it doesn't take you 4 hours to complete the level, but it only takes you probably 35 minutes to do it or less, but I was grinding for money like a son of a bitch in the Blood Eels section, so that's why I got there, and I had 0 bonus points. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't even matter because, like I said in the very first video, all those are our bonus points, and if you succeed in the level and do UTs and do well and don't evade battles, you're going to end up with a lot of points. So I had 1.5 million karma points right there. And since the trophy popped up a moment ago, I really wasn't left in any kind of suspense about whether I had achieved the Master Ninja rank, but there we have it, everybody. I completed all 17 chapters on Master Ninja mode difficulty, the highest mode, and I also cleared all those stages with the rank that you see on the screen right there. I truly hope that the people who are following in my footsteps can also get this trophy because it is achievable. It's easier than story mode. The only thing that I believe that it's harder is because you can't carry money over from one stage to the next. But this game is just a love affair. I love this game so much. It's a masterpiece. It's an undisputed masterpiece. And it's really been my pleasure to do not only this guide, but the guide I did earlier, or rather it was last year, but the guide that I did for Master Ninja difficulty mode for the story mode. So I really appreciate all the support, and if you like this video and any of the other videos in the series, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also thumbs up the playlist for this video guide series so we could make it more visible to people, and hopefully people who are struggling and needing information about this trophy in particular can find our videos. And I just really wish everybody the best, and just keep on hacking and slashing, and I promise to do the same. I'm not really sure about what my next guide is, but I definitely I feel a weight's been lifted off my shoulder, but I also feel a little empty because the guide's done. It's always kind of that irony when you finish a guide, because this game is one of my favorite games of all time, admittedly. It really holds a real special place in my heart, and I hope I don't sound maudlin, but it is a really, really good game, this whole series. So everybody take care, and I will see you in my next guide. Thank you very much for watching my series and supporting all my guides and my channel. Thank you.